I know this isn't my normal vlog video, but I thought I might post it anyway. Basically, what I have to do is I have an English project, which I've talked about before in other videos, where I have to make arrangements for part of the project, flower arrangements. So, instead of making 3 arrangements, I'm making 2 arrangements, and then I'm making a video about basically how I put them together for the 3rd artifact, I guess. And I'm going to be using 3 types of flowers that I had left over from my other projects. I'm going to be using, if I can pick them up, yellow lilies. They're all fake, unfortunately, because they're really nice when they're real. Red carnations and 2 calla lilies. I know the colors aren't really synonymous, I guess is the word I'm looking for, but as it stands, I think they'll do okay for just an example. Like I said, I'm not turning this one in, so I think it'll be alright. So basically, what I had to do for my other arrangements is these come in these clusters, so I had to go through and cut these loose from each other, mostly because they're kind of unusable in clusters, but I tried a few times, it just didn't come out right. Sorry to keep ducking out of sight, but my stuff is on the floor and, well, I kind of need to get it, of course. Dust. So basically, for all of this stuff that I did, I had to start with some base flowers, because otherwise it'd just fall over, or it wouldn't look right. This is kind of a small vase, so I hope I can fit all this stuff. But basically, I just sort of shove them together so they hold each other up. I'm kind of squishing one in there. I could probably get a little closer to the camera, huh? Let me see. Yeah, sorry if this video is a little bit haphazard, but I wasn't really sure quite how to go about it, to be honest with you. So I'm just kind of winging it, like I do with my vlogs. I figure that'll work. And if it doesn't, well, I apologize. I'm not really good at making videos or anything. I'm just a random amateur YouTube user. So I'm putting up, so then once I have those kind of the way I want them to begin with, I can just mess with them as I please once I have other flowers put into the spaces between them, that kind of thing. I tend to kind of press all of them down because I don't really like to see leaves in my arrangements unless they're like actual, you know, greenery. They're there to be green on purpose. But I'm just gonna stick these in, mix them in with the red so that it doesn't look too very clustered. Basically all I really did for my other arrangements was just push flowers into random spaces between other flowers. I mean, there wasn't any real methodology to it. I mean, I had an idea. I had a theme, like with the more Halloweenish looking black and purple negative connotation arrangement and stuff, but that actually looks pretty. Sorry, I'm out of sight again, I know. There we are. But, you know, that actually looks pretty good the way it is with the 4 lilies, but I'll see if I can't get a few more in there and not have it, like, overload the carnations, even though they're red, so I don't think that's a very easy task. But, color and balance is kind of a big deal. I had to sit here and think about that for a long while, actually. especially with the negative one, because I was having trouble figuring out like which flowers made the best base for the main arrangement, which I actually tried carnations with it. It didn't work. So I'm kind of glad that I get to use these carnations now, because they are pretty. I mean, you know, I like red and wanted to make use of it, but it just didn't work like I needed it to. I'm gonna take that out. Crud. This video is probably gonna have to be in 2 parts because my camera likes to cut off at the 8-minute mark for reasons I'm still not quite certain of. Let's go with that, shall we? That one's a little squished. Let me switch it. These have been sitting in my window, so some of them are a little better than others in terms of wear. That looks good, I think. Now for these. These I'm going to use to add a little height. So I'm just going to stick them right in the middle here, as far as they'll go. Down like that. They're a little tall, aren't they? I'll cut in a little ½ inch or something off of them. Let's see. Color, balance. Just very basic artistic principles being applied in the design and stuff. Height is kind of important, but height has a lot, there we go, to do, sorry, distracted, with the vase type. Like, this is a pretty tall vase, so you can make a nice outward spread kind of arrangement. Whereas, like, with the other, I'm getting close to the 8-minute mark now. With the other, it's still too tall. I'm going to finish this sentence. Whereas, like, with this one, it's more of a, it's skinny at the top, so whatever you put at the top is going to be very heavy looking. So you just kind of have to consider what you're doing when you get a vase, what kind of style you want to employ for the whole arrangement. Because my other arrangement is very big and showy, and it still is too tall. That's kind of odd. But I actually kind of like the varied height the more I look at it. So yeah, that's one small arrangement. I guess I can talk about my other arrangements as well. Kind of loath to pick up the camera because that involves shaky cam most of the time, if you've seen my vlog videos, which none of you have. I have these black roses too. I could use them, but they look a little cheesy. I got glitter on them. So I'm probably not going to incorporate them into anything. So that's that. It's just sort of a mini version of what I did for my larger ones. The larger ones, of course, took a lot longer, but you get, for an example, I think it works pretty well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I actually didn't even number really, because I like to be kind of even about my spacing. Also, I had to consider a lot about how systemized, how sticking to a pattern, layering kind of thing I wanted to do with these arrangements. Oh good, it didn't cut off. Because, like, for the one I held up a minute ago, the negative Halloween style one, I kind of put